let you know before we get personal. I got a habit of being very dominant on every continent. Not so very nice when I lose my temper. I have you cry a river painted red, face down in the mud. See you first on CNN with a lens, color of blood. Preemptive strike on innocence, in self-defense as I claim. Put the truth aside, put you in shame. Now who's to blame? For the voice of the unheard, we go round the bush. To the millions around the planet, we go round the bush. Come along and stomp your boots, we go round the bush. Had enough of all this bull and start, we go round the bush. For the voice of the unheard, we go round the bush. To the millions around the planet, we go round the bush. Come along and stomp your boots, we go round the bush. Had enough of all this bull and start, we go round the bush. You think by raising your voice against me will affect the situation durably? You must have forgotten whom I be. Most probably touched by God, I am the light, showing the way to a brighter day for everybody. Read my lips and hear what I gotta say. Manipulation of information, change a decision when I deliver my vision of the truth. You just another dirty lie. Disappear, I make the world go round. Speed it up and slow it down on my playground. I stay alive and let die whom I please. For the voice of the unheard, we go round the bush. To the millions around the planet, we go round the bush. Come along and stomp your boots, we go round the bush. Had enough of all this bull and start, we go round the bush. For the voice of the unheard, we go round the bush. To the millions around the planet, we go round the bush. Come along and stomp your boots, we go round the bush.
Es muss ein Zeichen gesetzt werden.
Bull and start, we go round the bush.
Give it to you now. Leaving you wondering how. Talk about read. Listen up, hear me proceed. Look, Mr. Killing Disabled, stealing away from the table. Get support from what you call people. What about the spirit of with evil? Is it what you call civilization? Arresting the innocent for persecution. Talk about having pure mentality, while you yourself you got no humanity. Study hard and get no profession. Fooling us saying it's education. Brainwash is sweeping we nation. It's the time to make a revolution.
For the voice of the unheard, we go round the bush. To the millions around the planet, we go round the bush. Come along and stomp your boots, we go round the bush. Had enough of all this bull.
We telling Mr. George W. Bush to get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
We go round the bush. To the millions around the planet, we go round the bush. Come along and stomp your boots, we go round the bush. Had enough of all this bull and start, we go round the bush. Now that you see how hopeless the scenery is for you, would you give up or keep on striving for that fantasy you call equality? People power in the 21st century. I'd rather have you do as I say. That's my definition of democracy. That's my definition of democracy. That's my democracy.